Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm so glad to hear the conversation taking place. My name is Kitty McCarthy. I have the honor to serve as ESF's Executive Officer for Enrollment Management and Student Affairs. Members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff, guests, and especially our new students, it is my pleasure to officially welcome you to the 2025 College of Environmental Science and Forestry New Student Convocation. Through this event, we welcome our new students, as well as acknowledge and welcome back our continuing students as you embark on this adventure in learning that we call ESF. Thank you all for being here to celebrate the start of a new academic year. As we begin our convocation, I'd like to acknowledge where we stand, that we have the privilege of meeting today in the ancestral lands of the Onondaga Nation, the center of the Six Nations of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, who we honor for their many contributions, including the original philosophy and practice of environmental stewardship. Let me begin by introducing today's platform party. Please rise as I call your name. ESF's President, Joni Mahoney. Syracuse University Chancellor, Kent Severud. ESF's Interim Chief Academic Officer, Provost and Vice President of Research, Lindy Quackenbush. And I'm very pleased to introduce our student speaker this afternoon, Dan Vera, President of the Mighty Oaks Student Assembly. I would also like to introduce our academic program chairs and directors. Please stand as I call your name, and audience, I ask that you hold your applause until all have been introduced. Dr. David Newman, Interim Chair of the Department of Chemical Engineering, Dr. Lee Newman from Chemistry, Dr. Steve Teal, Chair of Environmental Biology, Steve Shaw from Environmental Resources Engineering, Russ Briggs, Environmental Science, Patrice Cole from Environmental Studies, Dr. Margaret Bryant from Landscape Architecture, Chris Nowak from Sustainable Resources Management, and Matt Smith, Director of Moon Library. I'd also like to introduce members of our executive cabinet who have joined us today. Again, please hold your applause until I introduce all of them. Seth Thompson, Chief Diversity Officer. Matt Millay, Chief of Staff. Tyler Dorholt, Executive Director of the Office of Communications and Marketing. Mark Lichtenstein, Chief Operating Officer and Sustainability Officer. And who have I missed? Did I get everybody? Oh, I'm sorry. Brenda Greenfield, Executive Officer for Advancement and Foundation Director, and Reagan Squire, Chief Administration Officer. Thank you very much. And at this time, I'm very pleased to introduce our President, Joni Mahoney.
Good afternoon and welcome. Kitty, you're brave to do all of that by memory. That was pretty good. It is wonderful to see all of you here today as we come together to start the 2025-26, I can't believe it, academic year at ESF. And for many of you, this is your very first day as part of our ESF community, a moment filled with excitement, anticipation, and maybe even a few nerves. Today marks the beginning of an incredible journey, one that's full of discovery, growth, and opportunity. On behalf of our wonderful faculty and staff, I want to extend a warm welcome to each of you, our incoming first-year students, our transfer students, our graduate students, and international students who have made the journey from across the country and around the world. We are so glad that you are all here. Convocation marks the start of an exciting new chapter. For our students, this is the beginning of a journey that will challenge, inspire, and prepare you to take on some of the most urgent issues of our time. At ESF, we don't just study the environment. We live it, explore it, and protect it. From our lecture halls to our research labs and our satellite campuses where you will conduct your research, you'll engage deeply with the natural world and the systems that shape it. You'll learn how to confront the real-world challenges of climate change, biodiversity loss, environmental justice, and sustainability, and then how to turn knowledge into action. The work you will do here has never been more important. But this journey isn't just about academics. It's about a community, and you are now part of a diverse, driven, and passionate group of students, scholars, scientists, and advocates who are all committed to building a better future. Here, you'll be encouraged to think across disciplines, collaborate with your peers from different backgrounds, and push the boundaries of what's possible. Please don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. That's often where the most meaningful learning will happen. You have the chance to take what you learn and apply it through fieldwork, research, internships, service projects, and student-led initiatives, and make a real impact not only on our campus, but on the community beyond. Our faculty and staff are here to support you along the way. They bring world-class expertise and a deep commitment to student success. Please don't hesitate to reach out, ask questions, and seek guidance. Take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Attend a seminar, join a club, volunteer in the community, or launch a project of your own. Stay curious, stay engaged, and stay connected, not just to your studies, but to the people and world around you. Each of you brings something unique to ESF. Your voice, your perspective, your passion. You're not just here to learn, you're here to lead. Whether it's through science, policy, innovation, or advocacy, you have the power to create change. Today is the start of that journey. The story ahead is yours to write, and we can't wait to see where it takes you. Welcome to ESF. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce someone who has been a steadfast supporter of ESF and a valued partner in our work. My friend, Chancellor Kent Syverud. And while we are proud members of the SUNY system, our collaboration with Syracuse University continues to enrich the ESF experience in countless ways. I want to thank Chancellor Syverud and the SU leadership team for their ongoing partnership and support. Chancellor, thank you so much for being with us here today. It really means a lot. Welcome.
So folks, I've been coming to ESF since the 1970s. And this is about as formal as it ever gets at ESF, I have to tell you. I came here, my twin brother studied at Upstate and lived with ESF students, and I spent my weekends here being taught many things by ESF students, including home brewing. I say that just so that you understand I kind of respect the unique institution you're joining. And when I say unique, there's no place like it in the world. It really is, in my view, at its best, the best college of environmental science in the world. And that's partly because of the laboratories you have to work with here and in the Adirondacks. It's partly because of a lot of people who've poured their life and soul into it for many generations. But it's mostly because of the people who are here now, and that's you. I think that it's such an important time of transition in attitudes and politics towards the environment. And I think a lot of us have hope that you will lead the way because of what you learn and what you do and what you acquire here. Syracuse University and ESF have an unusual relationship. And lots of people have their priors in their assumptions of what that relationship is. For some people, there's this public school next door to a rich private, and they are as separate as Northern Ireland and Ireland used to be, okay? For some people, including for most Syracuse University students, I just want to say this, for most Syracuse University students, ESF is not as different from they are as Newhouse is different from they are, right? It's most students at the school look at ESF as, oh, that's an ESF student, I'm in Newhouse, oh, that's a Maxwell student, that's a student in Maxwell. You probably don't know what all those schools are, but there's 9 undergraduate schools just across the street with thousands of students. From their point of view, you are as much part of Syracuse University as all these other schools are. We have a services agreement that's renewed regularly in an unbelievably bureaucratic, complicated process. But the important thing on that written agreement is the attitude of most of the people at both institutions, which is that an ESF student and a Syracuse student are our students. And what that agreement means is that you have access to so many things that a small SUNY college usually doesn't have. That's what you get out of it. I'll talk about what Syracuse University gets out of it in a minute. But what you get out of it is access to so many things that would be impossible to provide with the resources and the number of people that ESF has. And that includes 45 club sports teams. That includes more than 300 intramural teams, recreation services. Syracuse University across the street has 15 chaplains in all major faiths. We're just building a new Catholic church just on the other side of the campus. And that priest, full-time priest, serves not just Syracuse students, but ESF students as well. And all these activities, clubs, sports, are equally accessible to you coming to ESF as they are to any student across the street. And similarly, by the agreement, students can take classes back and forth. And we personally, when ESF students take a Syracuse University class, that whole class is a better class for reasons I could go into at great length. We want you across the street. We know it's a struggle sometimes with schedules and other things, but hope you realize that you can take any of 20 foreign languages easily. You can take courses that enrich whatever aspect of your studies are at ESF, and encourage you to explore and do that. What does Syracuse University get out of this? Okay, so, and this is where I want you to stop and understand the attitude. The attitude that most of us here have at ESF towards Syracuse and at Syracuse towards ESF is a biological attitude of symbiosis, okay? There are 2 organisms that are side by side, and this is beneficial symbiosis. By the way, there can be parasitical symbiosis as well. This is beneficial symbiosis, where both organisms enhance each other and are more successful because the other one is there. For Syracuse, that means that many of the faculty at Syracuse University collaborate with faculty here in research across disciplines. It means that that when we have problems we can address together, and often the insights that come from ESF help Syracuse University, and from Syracuse University help ESF. It means, and I want to be really blunt about it, it means we are each embedded in our own bureaucracies. You are embedded in the bureaucracy of the state government of New York State, and we are embedded in the bureaucracy of a huge private university. Often we can get more done by going around each other's bureaucracies and working together than would happen otherwise. And this has been illustrated time and time again. So all that is just to say, unlike almost all SUNY students across the state of New York, you have access to everything an expensive private university has to offer, and we actually want you to take advantage of it, right? And you will discover that there is no normal student across the street, okay? They're from every country on earth, pretty much. I just welcomed a family from Iceland. They're from we just welcomed 4,200 new students. They're from 49 states, everywhere but Mississippi, okay? And 19 indigenous nations represented in the incoming class, just in the incoming class. More than 60 countries just in the incoming undergraduate class. So my point is, there's no normal over there, and so I just told all of them, since there's no normal, you can just be yourself here, and that's what we want you to be. For you all, you're a smaller student body, but I guarantee there's lots of people that you will relate to over there, because there's every kind of person on earth over there. And so you're joining a small, tight community, which is a great thing, but you have access to a huge community next door. There may be only 10 of you in this whole room who live to play rugby, for example, but I guarantee there's 150 over there that also do that. And I could say that with anything from esports to meditation. And so I encourage you to realize it's okay to go across the street. What I ask in return is please welcome Syracuse University students when they come over here. I think you'll find they're wonderful people. They're amazing people, and I'm proud of them. But I'm proud of them in part because ESF is part of the community they've created. So welcome to Syracuse University as well. I know you're green, but we hope sometimes you're orange as well. Thanks so much.
Welcome to our students and my colleagues, and thank you to Chancellor Severud for joining us this afternoon and offering your remarks to greet our incoming class. As extraordinary as our campus is, ESF is made so much more complete by our partnership with Syracuse University, and I really hope you take advantage of all of the examples that Chancellor Severud was just speaking about and the resources and experiences that are offered by our neighbor. I have a couple of different roles on campus. Poor Kitty tried to go through all my titles when she introduced me, but I'm speaking today as ESF's Chief Academic Officer, and I'm pleased that you picked our campus as part of your journey into higher education. We are proud of our undergraduate programs that engage students in research and experiential learning and lead to amazing job placements. But we're equally proud of the sense of community that we seek to build here. I don't doubt you've seen that in the evidence through our orientation leaders that you've met this week. And thank you to our orientation leaders, amazing people, to bring this community together. During your time at ESF, you will find that our small campus environment gives you many opportunities to interact with your fellow students, get involved in our clubs and organizations, serve in leadership roles, and get to know faculty and staff. You will meet people at ESF, students, staff, and faculty, who share your passion for the environment and sustainability, or perhaps your passion for poetry or fly fishing. But you'll also have opportunities to connect with people who come from different backgrounds or share different beliefs, listen and learn, and be open to the possibilities that might be sparked by an unexpected interaction. Most of your time at ESF, make the most of your time at ESF, because this chapter of your life will help you shape your future. You'll find strength within your discipline and build that out, whether that's basic or applied sciences, engineering, policy, design, or planning of natural or human communities. But you'll learn so much more than this. My undergraduate degree was in surveying, and I still have memories of a professor saying to me that while we might go through the program, not all of us will go on to a career as a licensed land surveyor. I clearly did not. But we would still use the skills and experiences that came out of our program, and I do those every day. As you seek to solve your disciplinary challenges, you'll need to consider where you fit in the broader context by looking at impacts within global, cultural, social, environmental, and economic context. And regardless of your discipline, to be successful, you'll need to work collaboratively and communicate effectively with diverse audiences. Some of you may be challenged academically in the upcoming weeks, months, or years. ESF faculty set the bar high because they want you to achieve your best, but they give you the tools and support you need to succeed. Get to know your instructors, take advantage of office hours, and don't be afraid to be your own best advocate. We have resources here to help you, whether you need tutoring for a particular class, getting help to develop time management skills, or seeking support because you are struggling with being away from home for the first time, or whether you want advice about a resume for that internship that you've just been dreaming about, you just need to ask. There are people here to help. Let me end my remarks by saying that while I admit to being a trifle biased, I think you made a great choice in coming to ESF. We are committed to making your educational experience a memorable one, full of growth opportunities, amazing discoveries, and transformational engagements and friendships. Before I step away from the podium, I want to introduce Dan Vera, President of the Mighty Oak Student Assembly, MOSA. Dan's a junior in Sustainable Energy Management and pursuing minors in Economics, Management, Environmental Policy, and Communication. If you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, Dan's passion for environmentalism and community building was apparent in his segment on the college tour. Dan is already using his experience and education to change our campus. Please join me in welcoming Dan to the podium.
Thank you, Provost Quackenbush. How's everybody doing today? You guys good? Okay. I'm excited for the food. Are you guys excited? Okay. Good. So my name is Dan Vera. I'm a junior here at ESF, majoring in Sustainable Energy Management, and over the past few years, I've worn a couple of hats here on campus. From leading our Latin American Student Association, to planning Latin Heritage Month events, to organizing large collaborative festivals through our intersectional collective, and now serving as your student government president, the Mighty Oak Student Assembly, also known as MOSA. 2 years ago today, I was sitting in the same seats you're in now, listening to the current MOSA president share his journey through leadership, and I had never imagined that one day I'd be standing on this podium myself, but here we are today. Thanks to the support and trust of the students who believed in us, I'm honored to be here today, proudly representing the incredible student body here at ESF. Growing up in Ecuador and later moving to the US meant constantly adapting to new experiences, new ways of thinking, and new communities. Through middle and high school, I often struggled to find spaces where I felt seen, where people shared my passions, where interests, and where I could rave about my seahorse breeding hobby and actually have someone know what I was talking about. But coming to the ESF was different. College is a place where like-minded professionals come together. At ESF, you'll find faculty and staff deeply committed to supporting students, and peers who share your hobbies, your taste in music, your career goals, and who will challenge you and inspire you, all working together towards a better world. ESF is full of individuals from diverse backgrounds, each bringing unique experiences and perspectives that will enrich your life, not just professionally, but personally as well. You'll learn to live on your own, to develop habits, routines, and a personality that works for you. You'll choose the people who will work with you over the next few years and maybe the rest of your life. And I'm so excited to see what each and every one of you will do. Today marks a special day, the beginning of a new chapter for each of you. One filled with possibilities, opportunities, friendships, self-discovery, and yes, a fair amount of Gen Chem homework. These next few years are your chance to explore something new and begin shaping the version of yourself you want to become. So join the timber sports team, become an RA, join the herpetology club, or apply to be a research assistant on the American chestnut project you've always been curious about, or even come be a part of MOSA. And I truly mean that. I'd like to formally invite each and every one of you to get involved in our student government. Whether it's by attending our meetings, sharing your ideas, or even running for a position. This is your space to speak up and advocate for yourself and your community, and to contribute from the wealth of your unique life experiences. Your voice matters here, and we can't wait to hear it. Our first meeting of the semester is going to be on Thursday, September 4th at 11 a.m. in Marshall Auditorium. And I hope to see each and every one of you there, and one day you'll be standing on this podium as well. So let's give it up for the class of 2029. Welcome to ESF, and welcome to your journey.
This concludes the 2025-26 New Student Convocation. Please allow the platform party to exit, and then I invite you to join me, your OLs, other students, faculty, and staff on the quad to commemorate the beginning of your journey with a class photo. Following that, there will be a food truck rally and games on the quad. Thank you again for being here. Best wishes as the fall semester gets underway. Thank you. Thank you.